Hail, my friends. Let me ask you, do you like metroidvanias? Do you like roguelites? Do you like games where you can kind of just build your character as you go and see what you can come up with? Well, I've got a game for you. It's called Dead Cells by Motion Twin, and it is an amazing platformer roguelite that's based off of a lot of metroidvanias like Castlevania and such. And I've got 5 reasons why I think you're going to love this game. These are my personal opinions, and I want to jump right into it. We're going to start right off the bat with combat. Combat in this game is smooth as can be. It feels good. Now, again, I talked about RNG, so there's all different types of weapons, from spears to hammers to whips to axes, the whole 9 yards. Tons and tons of stuff to mess around with, and it just makes it really cool. Not to mention you get traps, you get range stuff from bombs to bow and arrows, so really sky's the limit when it comes down to it. It is all RNG, so as you unlock things, there's more chances of getting better stuff as you go, which makes it really cool. Let's get into number 2, which is the random builds. Like I talked about with the factor that there's all kinds of random weapons, there's also random builds. So if you want to be a heavy damage dealer, or if you want a high amount of health, or if you want to just rely on all your traps and your little like support utility items and stuff like that, you can totally do that. And you can do, half and halves. Do you want to be damage and high health, or do you want to do damage and traps? There's sky's the limit when it comes down to it. As you play, you'll find these things that you can upgrade, and then you can decide how you want to build it. Or maybe you had an original idea, in the beginning, you're like, oh, I picked up that sword, I think I'm going to go high damage. But then as you play through, you're like, oh, I think I might change this up. You can do that. So it's really cool in that regards. Not to mention you get mutations and all kinds of other good stuff. All right, number 3. So again, it is a Metroidvania. And what I mean by that is as you go around and you go through these levels and whatnot, as you can see the map and everything, there's stuff all over the place. You can unlock also different types of items and abilities that would allow you to progress into other areas that you might not have been able to go through, which is cool because then you can get more treasures, you can fight different enemies, and get all kinds of different rewards as you play through. Now again, it is a roguelite, so when you die, you have to start over from the beginning. But that's the whole idea, is that you just keep going through and you keep picking up these cells, and then you use those cells to unlock all kinds of different things that you can use for your next playthrough. So, with that being said, let's go to number 4. Number 4, the music. Let's take a moment just to listen to this. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the music in this game. It's really cool. And because it's a roguelite and you're going through the levels over and over again, each level or each zone area, what have you, has its own music, and it always is a treat to listen to. So it's not repetitive in terms of when you're running around, and it's not just the same music over and over again. You get that awesome feel for each place you walk into, and it's all this epic kind of like orchestra sounding. It's just really, really good. Highly advisable to listen to the soundtrack alone on it. So number 5 is the design. So the overall design of this game is amazing, and it makes me want to come back to it and play it all the time. I think I've like re-downloaded it just a ton of times and stuff, mostly just saving space. But I think it's a game I'll just probably keep on forever, because I don't even think it's that large when it comes down to it. But anyway, it's a game that the design is fantastic. The levels are really well done. If you're a speedrunner, or if you want to get through levels fast, they have actual rewards for that and stuff too. If you get through a level, like say in a minute and X amount, or 2 minutes, depending on the level, they'll give you like a bunch of cells and a bunch of treasures and things like that. If you want to take your time and be very cautious and stuff like that, just to learn the levels and things, you can do that. They also have practice mode where you can play with all kinds of weapons and different builds and things like that. There is just a ton of stuff they have done. Motion Twin just keeps adding on. They're just adding on new DLC all the time, too. They've got new bosses. They've got new weapons they put in. All kinds of cool stuff. So it is, without a doubt, very, very fun game to play. I have a great time playing this, and I think you will as well. Again, this is Dead Cells by Motion Twin. Fantastic Metroidvania roguelike game. I think you're going to have a really good time with it. And I would check it out if I were you. You can find it pretty much on everything. Of course, this is the PS5 because it's what we do our top 5s on. But, like I said, you can find it wherever you want to play your, you can play of your choice. Anyway, I'm Storm the Bard. Thank you very much for coming by for another top 5 reasons to play. Trying to get these out once a week. If you want to subscribe, that's up to you. You can check out all kinds of cool photos that we put up, and on top of that, the top 5s. Be safe, be just, and as always, huzzah.